Hi there, welcome to this unboxing of Mythic Battles Pantheon God Pledge. So I received these 3 boxes within about a week of pledges being fulfilled, which is great. I'm really pleased to get it early. Pandoras Box and the core box were in perfect condition. The Atlas box was a bit crushed and the miniatures a little bit damaged. So I'll show you a little bit about that, but not a problem. I'm sure that Mythic Games are going to sort that out for me. But yeah, on to the actual unboxing. So you'll see me faffing with the box a little bit. There's a lot of stuff in these boxes, very heavy as well, much heavier than I thought they'd be. But yeah, there's a lot of gear in the box, so you know sometimes getting the lid off these deep set boxes with lots of content is a little bit more difficult. So we're going to start looking at some of the components for the game. These are the dice you get with it. You get 10 of them. They look really cool. So you've got basically 0 to 5 on the dice instead of 1 to 6. So yeah, you get 10 of those. They look really cool, kind of bone effect, and they feel good and weighty. Very good indeed. So here we've got the Omphalos. So I was always worried that these were just going to roll around off the table and you'd be constantly hunting for them. But they actually look really cool. And the way they've been manufactured is that there's one edge along the bottom which is kind of shorn off, so it sits nicely on the ground, so don't expect them to roll anywhere. Next up we've got the stat clips. So I don't know how many there is in here, but yeah, I'd guess there's about 15. They look really cool, they're nicely manufactured. They're actually a lot smaller than I thought they would be, but yeah, they look good. They feel robust. They don't feel like they're gonna snap or break at the first moment. So got some of the cards here as well. We've got the Art of War cards, and I believe the Omphalos cards are there in there as well. All the art looks really good. Just there, you can see me struggling trying to get into the packet at least. But the artwork's great, and yeah, lovely cards. So next up we've got more cards here. These are activation cards, so these are going to be what's driving the game forward. So you'll have these in your hand and in your deck that you'll be drawing from on a regular basis. Just realised as well doing the voiceover that these are the French versions of the cards, so don't unbox all the cards and mix them all into your deck or anything like that, because it's going to be a nightmare to go through them and get everything straightened out again. So time to start looking at some of the actual miniatures. So this is Cerberus. He looks great. There's the detail's very good. The mould lines are minimal on these miniatures. They are all very good quality, and there's very little kind of gouge marks from where they've been separated from sprues or where they've tried to take off some of the mould lines and that kind of thing. So yeah, they all look great. So now we're just going to, before we look at the rest of the miniatures, let's look at the board and some of the other literature in the game. So there's 4 boards in the box. You've got 2 double-sided boards. In keeping with the rest of the game, the art is incredible, really nice, and there's enough there that's going to give us varieties to be playing this for a long time. So next up we've got these player cards, which look very nice, and again in keeping with everything else, English on the front, French on the back, but yeah, they're very good. They're going to be very handy for everyone as they get used to the game, so you get 4 of those. So there's the French literature I've just put out of the way there. So next up is the rule book. So the rule book is fully colour. It's got all the images from the miniatures in the game. It'll tell you everything you need to know to play the game. But what is really nice for me is this information at the back. So all the information about the characters, who they were, why they were famous, and some of their tales and that kind of thing. So yeah, really, really nice stuff there. So next up we've got the scenario book as well. It's going to give you a few little ways to play. If you don't want to play the standard versus game, or one-on-one or anything like that, this is going to give you some more information, some more ways to play the game. And then this is like a startup guide. So this has got a way for you to play the game within 20 minutes and all that kind of stuff. So there'll be a video on that as well in the next week or so, just to get us going. And then finally we've got these character cards. So these are basically, they're just massive tokens. So they just punch out of the board. Again, the art is great on there. And I'll show you here as well how this works with the stack clips. So I was very worried that the stack clips would feel flimsy and that the board wouldn't take it. It would just feel naff, or just wouldn't feel very nice at all. But in reality, it really feels great. It's really surprising how well it fits and how well it feels with how it's going to work. So this stack clip isn't going to slip when you nudge it or anything like that. It fits nice and snugly, and it will be able to track your game very well. So yeah, so that's those. Okay, so we've got some of the terrain here. It's a really nice idea actually to have the terrain in this format. So basically, for the trees and for some columns and some boxes, you've got little tokens that slide together to make like a standee. They look okay. They're pretty good. I'm not sure how much punishment they're going to take in terms of being assembled and reassembled time after time, but I'm hopeful they'll be okay. But there's certainly an option for terrain in the game. Okay, so here's the main box of miniatures. So this includes all of the miniatures except for the big monsters that are in the game, the Cerberus and the Hydra. So first of all, take a look at Zeus. He's impeccable. Really, really terrific miniature. When I was looking through these, I'm really gobsmacked at how much detail's been packed in there. They are really, really excellent. So I've done a little bit of Games Workshop stuff, and their miniatures are known for being very good. This is as good as far as I'm concerned. They're really, really nice. In terms of the detail that's on there, it's even more intricate than the Games Workshop stuff, but they tend to go for more definition. But these miniatures are excellent. They're really cool. So you've got the Minotaur there, and again, even if you just look at like the badge on his chest and that kind of thing, that definitely is really, really cool. And the Medusa here, when I turn it around, if you look at the scales on its back and think about that this is a really tiny miniature, that level of detail is really, really fantastic in a miniatures game. There's Heracles there, looking pretty cool. And yeah, all these miniatures are great. Okay, so here's the mighty Atlas. He's a beast. He's a huge miniature. It's a shame really that the box came a bit damaged and the miniature's a little bit damaged as well. And I don't really want to mention it. It's just that because I'm doing the unboxing, I have to really. So as you can see, his foot's just come away from the base. So I'm trying to stick it, but I'm speaking to Monolith as well to see if they can do anything for me. But look at the detail. It is insane. Really, really excellent miniature. Okay, unfortunately for you guys, it's time to watch me struggle with the snuggest fit of any board game box in the world. I found it really hard to get. It's not the box's fault, it's me. I'm just useless. But this is Pandora's Box, so this is all of the stretch goal miniatures and some of the things that go along with it, some cards and that kind of thing. So, first off, lovely, lovely dice bag. Very cool. Stick all your dice in there. Very nice. Stick your Omphalos in there as well if it helps. There's actually quite a lot of tokens in the game, more than I thought there would be. That was on the punch boards from the main box. So yeah, there needs to be a storage solution for that, and I will be doing another video shortly as a storage solution for this game, for at least the God Pledge. Okay, opening up some more cards from the game. Something that I did find interesting was that some of the special cards and some of the other cards for all of the expansions are in here as well. So I found cards for the rest of the Titans, for Poseidon and some of the other gods that aren't even featured in this box, or sorry, in the God Pledge. But yeah, the artwork is just amazing. It's really incredible. There's so much work has gone into this and so much effort, and you know, these cards are absolutely beautiful, as good as the miniatures themselves. Again, more activation cards. These decks are huge. There's so many cards in this game. It's difficult to keep track. But again, we're going to need some sort of storage solution or some way of getting access to these cards that are going to make things easier for us to just get and play in the game. So ideally, like any game, you want to be able to sit down and play within 10 minutes. And I think it might be difficult to do it with this game, but it's certainly worth it. But again, look at the gorgeous artwork on those cards. Okay, we're getting to the end of the cards now. Those are some special ability cards for the Gods and Titans. Again, so French on one side, English on the back. And there's the last of the cards that we're going to be looking at. Okay, so now on to stretch goal miniatures. Griffin looks amazing. The feathers on the wings are incredible. The detail is just astounds me in this game. There we go. There's I think it's the Lyacon, it's the kind of the werewolf. Beautiful sculpture, absolutely wonderful. So this is the Phoenix. I didn't like the look of it from the initial campaign, but I'm absolutely positive once that's painted, that's going to be absolutely amazing, and I think it's going to be one of the best miniatures in the game. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. There's, I think it's Bellerophon. Now I, being too haphazard, have managed to damage that. That's my own fault, but again, that's one of the miniatures I think going to need to be careful of if you're going to maintain that spear. Now that is an incredible miniature, really, really something. It's going to be an absolute nightmare to paint, but once it's done, that's going to be incredible. Okay, so the rest of the box contains more and more of these stat cards. That's Atlas. His one is bigger than the rest of them, obviously because he's massive, bigger than the rest of them. So there's some cards there as well for the Conan game. A little bit of a crossover there, and so hopefully more of that will continue as we carry forward with more Mythic battles. And finally, there's more of the stat cards for the rest of the miniatures in the game. So anything that is a god, hero or monster has got something in there. So this is the last of the unboxing. These are the final miniatures, which is the bulk of them really. So we've got 2 trays here that go in a larger box in the Pandora's box. There's the witches there. I'm not even going to attempt to say the pronunciation because it's going to be awful. Echidna or Echidna, whatever she's called. Fantastic miniature, really, really nice. Really bold and beautiful. There's the Gorgon. Looking great. The wings are again spectacular. Here's something that I was really worried about. I always thought the spiders were going to look awful. They don't. They look awesome. They're really, really cool. It's a very small miniature, but there's plenty of detail in there. Yeah, I needn't have worried about that. They look great. Icarus with wonderful wings. Another great miniature. Let's go for a few more of these. Some of the columns, they look good. Even the broken ones look good as well. There's a little bit of detail in there from where the break's been as well, so that's good. Again, Marcius, and I forget what her name is, but again, these models are incredible. I'm so impressed. So this makes up the rest of the miniatures. Mainly, there's a lot of the troops in here and the rest of the gods. That's Pan. Pan's probably my favourite miniature in the whole game. It looks absolutely incredible. But yeah, Apollo, amazing. These are great. So yeah, these are the miniatures, the rest of the miniatures from the game. They are incredible. So I own Blood Rage and a few other miniatures games. It surpasses them all easily. The quality is terrific. So this is it. This is everything in the boxes. An absolutely fantastic Kickstarter campaign. Really, really excellent. Delivered early. Quality of the product is fantastic, second to none. Even to the point of the punch boards, there was a lot to get through there. I didn't have a single issue with any of it. So this is what we've got. This is everything that's in there. Jam-packed all these boxes. There's your Titan over there, Atlas, looking great in amongst the trees. Next we've got all those gods, huge amount there. Really, really a lot to work with. Heroes coming out your ears, really, really beautiful miniatures all over the place. Moving over, some of our monsters. There's so much to work with here, it's really incredible. Finally, there's the troops. So what else have we got in the game to look at? What else is there? There's all the terrain, all those columns. There's all the cards at the back. More of the terrain. Huge stacks of cards. Lots to work with there. There's all the literature and the boards. All those tokens I was telling you about. Again, more than you think there would be in the game. Omphalos, stat clips. The rest of the player aids. There's a dice bag with the dice in them. So yeah, really a lot. But who's this cheeky little chappy hiding behind here? I think we'll be seeing more from him soon somehow. So thanks very much for watching this unboxing. So videos coming up soon. I'll do a review of the game. I'll do the short scenario or the short game that's in the starter guide. I'll be doing a storage solution as well for the God Pledge. Outside of that, I've got a Gloomhaven a couple of videos coming up for that as well, so stay tuned for those. And the final things to add are, I wanted to offer a congratulations to the guys at Mythic Games for the Joan of Arc Kickstarter project, which completed tonight at over 2.1 million. That looks like it's going to be an absolutely incredible game, and we'll be enjoying that hopefully by Christmas next year. And finally, if you enjoyed this video and you're watching it on YouTube, please like and subscribe if you want me to make more. I quite enjoy making them, and it's nice when really great things come through your get delivered through Kickstarter and that kind of thing. So thanks very much for watching the video, and I'll catch you later. Bye.